I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's news update for Thursday, April the 11th, 2013. We begin today in the island country of Bahrain, which is on its way to becoming the first Arab nation to designate Hezbollah as a terror group. Saudi Arabian news agency Al Arabiya reported that the cabinet of Bahrain approved a measure to declare the Lebanese-backed Hezbollah a terror organization on Tuesday, after it was passed by Bahrain's parliament last month. They now need final approval from the foreign ministry. A former parliament member said the Bahraini government suspects Hezbollah of spurring political unrest that has racked the country for the past 2 years. Meanwhile, the Times of Israel reported that the country of Cyprus said it will not make that same declaration. Visiting Cypriot Foreign Minister Yanis Kassoulidis, who was in Jerusalem this week, cited his country's friendship with Lebanon as the reason. This despite the fact that a court in Cyprus just a few weeks ago sentenced a Hezbollah member to prison for his role in planning to attack Israeli tourists there. Kassoulidis did say, however, that if the European Union were to designate Hezbollah as a terror group, something that Israel and the U.S. have been urging, Cyprus would not block it. And here in the U.S., a man has been arrested for the recent burning of several mezuzahs in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. 35-year-old Ruben Ublias was taken in for questioning yesterday and later arrested for allegedly setting fire to over 11 mezuzahs in a public housing complex in the predominantly Jewish Orthodox neighborhood. According to the New York Police Department, Ublias has 37 past arrests for such charges as robbery, weapons, and drug possession. The NYPD is treating the mezuzah attack as a hate crime. The Jewish Week reports that a synagogue in Great Neck, New York, has canceled an appearance planned for Sunday night with controversial speaker Pamela Geller. Geller, known to be an outspoken critic of radical Islam, is co-founder of Stop the Islamization of America. She was also behind the poster campaign Support Israel, Defeat Jihad. She was criticized by many groups, including the Anti-Defamation League, for fueling and fostering anti-Muslim bigotry. Geller had been invited by the men's club of the Orthodox congregation of Great Neck Synagogue to speak about Sharia, the religious and moral code of Islam. The synagogue received phone calls and emails protesting Geller's appearance and then released a statement to explain the invitation to her, in which it said that although it rejects generalizing a religion based on the actions of a minority of its followers, it is appropriate to speak about those actions and their impact. However, yesterday, the executive board of Great Neck Synagogue reversed itself, saying that safety and liability concerns have caused them to cancel Geller's appearance. Geller responded by saying that her cancellation was a war on free speech and, quote, a sad day for freedom-loving people. Meanwhile, according to Geller's Twitter, she has since the cancellation been invited to speak at 2 other synagogues on Sunday, Chabad in Great Neck and Temple Bethel in Edison, New Jersey. Several Jewish groups rallied yesterday in Washington, D.C. in support of immigration reform. Representatives of such Jewish organizations as the Jewish Council for Public Affairs, the American Jewish Committee, Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society, and the Religious Action Center for Reform Judaism participated, alongside many other religious and ethnic groups, wearing T-shirts with the slogan, "We were strangers too," written on the back. At the event's interfaith service, director of the Religious Action Center, Rabbi David Saperstein, said the immigrant issue has a special resonance with the Jewish people, with the Jewish community being the quintessential immigrant community, and that the frequently repeated Torah imperative was very clear, to treat the stranger as yourself. Ynet reports that a new Facebook app will allow people to light a candle, a virtual one that is, in memory of fallen IDF soldiers in time for National Memorial Day in Israel, which begins this Sunday evening. Israel's Defense Minister Moshe Ya'alon launched the Yizkor Facebook app today and was the first to light a virtual candle in memory of the fallen. The page is accessible through the Defense Ministry's Facebook page and is intended to strengthen the younger generation's emotional connection to National Memorial Day and its meaning. And finally, the Jewish Book Council announced the winner of the Sammy Rohr Prize for Jewish Literature and Fiction on Tuesday. She is Francesca Siegel. Siegel won the award for her debut novel, The Innocents, a story set in modern-day London in a community still living under the shadow of the Holocaust, exploring the conflict between tradition and independence. The judges hailed Siegel for her capturing the details of Jewish ritual and Jewish life. The annual prize honors the contribution of contemporary writers in the exploration and transmission of Jewish values and is intended to encourage and promote outstanding writing of Jewish interest in the future. Siegel will receive the prize award of $100,000 at the ceremony at the end of next month. And that's Shalom TV's news update for Thursday, April the 11th, 2013. I'm Teisha Bader.